Welcome back to Talos of Tech live on YouTube. We're not forgetting about you, and thank you, by the way, to all the new channel members who have recently joined us. We just got one in the chat before the stream started. Thank you, Benji, for becoming a YouTube member, and also shout out to For the Love of Tech, Lucas, Harry, DJ, Air25, Shri, all you guys who became YouTube members. Really, really appreciate you. Thank you very much. So, the little surprise I have for you is the Surface Go, which a lot of people have been reviewing lately, and I'm mildly interested in it. I was reading about it, and I was like, okay. But, you know, the more I've unboxed it, we're editing the unboxing video right now, so you people who watch live get to get the firsthand impressions of the Surface Go for me, which are not as negative as the Pixelbook. The Pixelbook has turned out, in our brief experience reviewing it, it's become much, much worse than we actually thought it was. On paper, it looked bad. In person, it's worse. Hey, Krista White. Hey, thank you very much for subbing with... wait, I almost said Twitch Prime. That's not the same thing. Glitch Prime, YouTube, don't ban me. But thank you for becoming a member. We've got a suite of new emojis added for you guys, including the no need emoji to our YouTube members, though people who are supporting us $5 a month. Due to popular demand, there's a lot of Johnny Ive reaction emojis. There's a Air Force One emoji. There's the no need emoji. The rainbow Apple logo, which you cannot do if you're not a YouTube member. You can only do the standard Apple logo. So anyway, I listened to people's requests and I worked with that. Krista White is a legend. She's awesome. So first impressions with the Surface Go are pretty decent. The intuitiveness of the operating system is noticeably a bit slow. Doing very, very simple things like just looking up YouTube videos or just typing in a keyboard is noticeably behind. Things lag fairly consistently, and things kind of feel clunky. Especially, I mean, like this rotate thing takes way too long, and it has to hover there for a second and rotate. But yeah, overall though, I like the build quality of it. I'm glad that something like this is only starting at $400, which is not bad at all for, I think, what you're getting. Obviously, I've unboxed it, and I've been using it for about 10 minutes, literally, before I went live. Oh, good. Everyone's finding all the new custom emojis. Thank you. We appreciate you all for tuning in. Those bezels are pretty huge, but you gotta remember this is a $400 device, whereas iPad Pro has those thinner bezels. This is a $700 to $1,000 device. So comparing these two isn't really as fair as comparing this to a regular budget iPad, which still might have thinner bezels. But it's very, very noticeable in my boot up time with the Surface Go that the operating system is completely and blatantly designed for you to have a keyboard plug-in. It literally turns on and says, like, press these keys, and there's no virtual keyboard. It's just saying, like, you can press these keys to activate these features, and I'm like, you don't have a keyboard right now. Like, I got it. Okay, so, like, I'll review it with the keyboard later, but I just want to give this a fair review and say that let's just review it as it is out of the box first, and then after a while, once we get our impressions of that, then connect it to the keyboard and see how we feel about things. So that's where I am right now. I'm just going to use it in tablet mode. Virtual keyboard is not terribly optimized, not very good. But what I really, really like about the Surface devices are the kickstands. The fact that right out of the box, you can have this little kickstand mount, and it makes it infinitely adjustable. I can prop it up like this. I can prop it up almost straight up. And it feels very sturdy for what it is, you know, given it's built into the thing. I get that it looks clunky, but it's very functional, I think, is the way I would describe it. In my brief experience with the Surface Type cover, and I'll get into the chat in a second, just hold on, guys, connecting it's very easy. But what I like more about the Surface Type cover opposed to the iPad Pro Smart Keyboard is that thing's like an origami lesson. You have to learn how to fold that exactly right, and then it's uneven at the top, and it just feels a little clunky. But this is very simple. It's one solid slate across the top. It's a very nice fabric, and you literally just open it. That's it. There's no complexities to it. Everything feels very simple, and that aspect of it is very intuitive, especially with the face unlock. Windows Hello thing, which is cool. So, yeah, I haven't reviewed a Surface device since the Surface Pro 4, and that was back in the attic. So that was a long time ago. So first impressions with this it's all right. It's pretty good. I'm fairly satisfied with it, and I think for the price, you're getting a pretty decent piece of hardware with The most noticeable lacking features being with the CPU and the internals, showing noticeable lag with doing very, very basic things. So anyway, let's see what some of our YouTube members are saying and some of our super chat. We had a super chat earlier from Finn who says, "Hi, love your YouTube channel. Keep up the good work." Thank you very much. I'll do that to the best I can. Let's see. People saying Surface Go, no need. The kickstand seems like one of the only redeeming qualities. I think that in terms of tablet/laptop designs, that Apple doesn't have one. If we're talking the market that invests in the tablet/laptop designs, Microsoft definitely has got a lot of it right. It can stand up on itself. The keyboard is very intuitive. It's very simple. The keys are pretty small, but they at least did the thing that I appreciate. Apple does this. Google didn't do this with the Pixel Book, but the arrow keys, they take up the most amount of space possible, just like the Magic Keyboard. They didn't make them small like up and down as well because that's weird. Let's see. Are you on mobile? It only works on desktop if you have iOS. Yes. You can become a YouTube member on Android phones. YouTube has allowed it for Android, but if you're on iOS, it won't be there. You have to use a desktop, or you could do it the very complicated way and go into Safari on your phone and then request the desktop site. So that's the long way to do it. Easy ways is just go on a computer real quick, click the join button next to subscribe. Does it come in iOS? I don't think this does. I don't think that's the thing. I believe it's booted into Windows 10 S mode, but the hardware they're giving you with this is probably not going to be best for all of those non-Windows 10 store apps that you may want to download. Like I'm very hesitant to try Adobe apps on this, knowing how poorly optimized Adobe Premiere is for most hardware. Putting that onto extremely weak hardware, yeah, that's probably not going to end well. No, I'm not streaming on Glitch right now, but we will be later on. So we're going to start the stream off on YouTube. We'll finish it over on Glitch. S-Mode sucks. I think for what this hardware has equipped with it, it's the best it can do because Windows 10N is more Windows 10S is more optimized, so things should be running faster. And even with that running faster feature of Windows 10S, this has been noticeably laggy on doing, like I said, a simple thing. I just open Edge and I want to watch a YouTube video. Simple things like just typing on the virtual keyboard was lagging in the search box. It was like T-A-I. And I was typing like Tailosive, and it was like it was noticeably stuttering, and I was like, geez, if you can't search YouTube, how are you gonna like get work done? I'm very curious to see how this is gonna go. Hey, for the love of tech, thanks for tuning in. He scrapped IGTV. Until I know what the monetization rules on IGTV are, I'm not interested. I don't think the filming in portrait mode is a challenge. I think it's just annoying, and I don't think it's better for anyone. I did a whole video on that. Would you rather edit with a Galaxy Tab S4 or a Surface Go? Well, the Surface Go, you could get like editing apps on it. I don't know what editing apps you could get on the Tab S4. It's Android. What are you gonna get? We've messed around with the Pixel Book. We've tried and tried and tried to find any sort of editing apps that work, and they're all garbage. Ugh. Hey, we got a new member. Thank you, Marvin VR, for joining. Enjoy your new emojis. Windows users ecosystem? No need. Yeah, I mean, like, there isn't much of an ecosystem here. But what I appreciate about the Surface Go is that it's like the first Microsoft device to kind of separate itself. I feel like all of the Surface devices, with the exception of maybe the Surface Studio, but that hasn't been updated in years. It's dated. But the Surface Pro and the Surface Book kind of have a lot in common once you start configuring tech specs. Once you start making the Surface Pro 4 more expensive and comparing it to the Surface Book spec-wise, a lot of it's very similar. A lot of them kind of overlap. Whereas this, I think, is desperately what Microsoft needed. They needed a foot in the door that could compete with the Chromebooks and that could compete with budget iPads, because iPads start at $300 and the Surface devices were starting at $800. So the fact that they now have something in that field that's more for budget users and maybe more for schools, though the type cover is not good. Like if you sell it to schools as in, hey, this tablet's $400, and they're like, oh, that's cool, and then you say, and it comes with this, it doesn't come with this $100 keyboard. They'd be like, oh, well, maybe. Maybe. We'll see, though. Yeah, like I said, I just unboxed this. We're editing the unboxing video right now, so it's still very fresh to me, and I'll try to do some more power stuff on it. I downloaded, like, Minecraft on it, and it was running a lot better than the Pixelbook was. That was for sure. If you followed me on Glitch, you'd know that Pixelbook could not run Minecraft like at all. Will you react to the Note 9 unveiling? I don't think I'll be in town when it happens. I'm taking a brief little road trip to the San Francisco area tomorrow. I'm dropping my future father-in-law and fiance off at the airport, so I'm not going to be around for it. But I'll definitely make a video recapping it. I'll do a video about it, but no, I'm not. I'm also not regretting that I'm not going to get to see it. I'm not like, oh no, I don't get to watch the Note. No, I don't care. I really don't care. I'm not sure how good Photoshop on Android works, but I know there's a version that I've used on my Note 8. Okay, good to know. Bradley Gilbert also super chatted. Says, great job. What are you looking for in Apple 2018? Black bezels, air power, like inductive charging stuff. With Windows, you don't have watches, speakers, or phones. I don't think they're trying to be an ecosystem, though. Like, that's not really what they're going for. How would you compare the Pixelbook to the Surface Book? This seems like it has a legit market. This seems like something that is actually good and may have some exclusives that you can't get anywhere else. So that's where I think the Surface Go is a fairly decent product. I don't know if it's the product for me. I don't know if it's going to be worth keeping, but it definitely, I think, just from my firsthand experience with it, has a market. There's a group of people out there that could have a lot to benefit from this device. Whereas the Pixelbook, there's literally, I can't find a market for it. But in my couple days using it now, I cannot find a good reason for anyone on earth to buy that thing. I can't think of like oh, you do that, you should buy the Pixelbook. No, there's literally I can't think of a single person that would be good for. There's a billion other devices they could buy that would be better and cheaper and do more. Let's see. I'm streaming it over on my channel, Ben Obi Tech. Okay, so Ben Obi Tech will be streaming his reaction, so there you go. Yeah, Lucas, dab on those Samsung users. I just got a HomePod, and I love it. What do you think about yours after a couple months of use? I don't try to defend its flaws. The HomePod has very noticeable flaws. It can't connect via Bluetooth or put Spotify or whatever on it. I totally get all that, and I understand the frustration. If you need a speaker that you want to talk to, as in like HomeKit support and Siri support, so that's what I like about my HomePods is when I'm leaving, I can tell them to change the lights, and I like HomeKit. HomeKit, I feel, is a lot more intuitive than Google Home, which I've used both. The Google Home app I'm talking about, where you have to control your lights and stuff. The HomeKit better optimizes that, and that's what I appreciate about the HomePods. They sound great, but I absolutely agree. They're very expensive. I totally get if you can't justify the purchase. I think Apple should take a hit on them and make them cost a lot less. They're basically just a love letter to the Apple ecosystem. They're not like the best smart speaker ever. They're just very, very good for people who already are deep into the ecosystem. If you're not deep into the Apple ecosystem, then they're probably not worth it. And for a lot of people, they're probably not worth it because no one needs a speaker that loud or powerful or expensive. So HomePod is the new Soviet leader. For the love of Texas, I'll be streaming live as well. You're welcome to come hang out with me in the live stream. I will be on the road driving, which would be dangerous, but please, people watching me right now, check out these other guys. They'll be streaming their reaction. I'm just imagining a sleep path because what are we going to get excited for? Seriously. I mean, I feel like it is biologically impossible to be excited for the Note 9. There is no way a yellow pen can literally make your brain get excited. It's like, oh my God, stereo speakers. Oh my God, the fingerprint reader is in a better place. Not heaven, but just on the back is more ergonomic. That's 845. S9 had it. All right. Okay. Yeah. It is physically, I don't see how it is. How is it possible to get excited for this thing? We know literally everything about it. I'm more excited for the other hardware that's coming out. Like, I want to know more about the Galaxy Watch. I want to know about the Bixby speaker. I don't think they'll be good. I just want to know about them. I want to know what the heck Samsung's going to try to do. Yes, we're streaming on YouTube first, and then the stream will continue on Glitch, which is owned by Amazon. But Bixby, it's going to be a bit of a snoozer. We all know that. But all keynotes, every time I stream my reaction to a keynote, half the chat messages are boring, boring, boring. And it's like, have you never watched a keynote before? Like we live streamed our reaction to Worldwide Developers Conference, and people were like, So they're talking about ARKit, and everyone's like, dark mode, where's dark mode? I'm bored. And it's just like, these are every keynote, dude. Like, this isn't different. Every keynote is like this, and that's all the chat's gonna say is boring. So Samsung's already boring from the get go. I don't even know what we're supposed to be surprised by. So yeah, the chat's gonna be annoying to say the least. What do you think about Elon Musk taking Tesla private? I assume Elon knows what's better for Tesla than I do. I don't have much of a say on it. I don't have a comment or an opinion on it, but it's not made by Microsoft though. I guess yeah. Note 9 takes notes because that phone is what not to do. Yeah, don't do what the Note 9 does. Basically, are you planning to get the Pixel 3? Probably not. Honestly, I don't think I'll have a use for it. Yes, we're an affiliate now on Glitch, so you can donate bits. If you're on desktop, there's an option to donate via PayPal even. Whereas on here on YouTube, when you become a member or you super chat or any one of those donation things, YouTube takes a piece of it. YouTube takes a bit of your membership. YouTube takes a bit of your super chat. Whereas if you donate via PayPal, I get 100% of the money. So that's a link that's available when we move over. You like the keynotes? I like them too, but it's annoying when you're reading the chat. Maybe we shouldn't read the chat. Or maybe because live stream events are so popular, we should make it like member only. Only members can type in the chat. I mean, there's only 34 of them, but I don't know. Maybe we'll have more by then. I know you guys would be upset by that, but again, I just get tired of reacting to the keynotes, and it's just like bored. Oh, thank you, Benji. Appreciate it. I was watching WWDC 18 all through detention at school when that happened. Yeah, I mean, it's extremely cliche for everyone to just be like, they're not talking about the thing I want them to talk about. I'm going to type boring in the chat. Worst keynote ever. Apple sucks now. Like, this is Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs did boring keynotes too, whatever. I like the notch on the 10. No, I'm sorry. I cannot. You can become a member on desktop, or if you're on Android, there's a join button next to subscribe. Anyway, what would you think about a hybrid of Bixby and Bing on iPhone 6.1-inch LCD? Bad idea. Siri's bad enough. We don't need to mix Bixby and Bing. My goodness, what an idea that would be. Huawei beats Apple video. I've talked about Huawei beating Apple before. It doesn't surprise me. I mean, like, Toyotas outsell Teslas too. That doesn't make it better. It's just the farce, the oversight that people keep forgetting is that they see the Huawei P20 Pro and they show that next to an iPhone and they say Huawei's outselling Apple. That's kind of persuading people to something that's not true. Huawei's outselling Apple because a ton of their phones are like $200. And those sell very, very well in different countries outside English-speaking countries or the U.S. that sell phones for a lot cheaper because incomes are a lot lower. So, yes, Huawei outsells Apple. That doesn't shock me. It's not because their phones are better. It's because their phones are extremely affordable, and more people can buy them because they're more affordable. It's Huawei's tactic. That's good for them. I don't know why people keep assuming that means Apple's in trouble now or Apple is inferior. I don't think any of the people who are buying Huawei phones think they're better than iPhones. They just are more affordable, so they buy them. If the iPhones were that price, everyone would be buying those. So, like, good for Huawei. I'm happy for them, but it doesn't really change anything. I don't know why it has to be like this giant change. Oh my God, everything's different now. Let's see. I'll buy you a send a picture 3 if you agree to use it for 1 month straight as your daily phone and come on my live stream and talk about your experience. Oh, a Pixel 3? I don't know about a month straight, dude. I might just rather keep to my iPhone, to be honest. What do you think is better, OnePlus 3-tier Moto G6? They're both budget. I don't keep up with how old the budgets are. I don't know. Whichever one you want, get that one. Please buy Pixel 3 and make a rant like old times. I mean, I didn't review the Pixel 2, but just ranting about it online was enough for most of you, but I don't know. Maybe we'll get it if there's enough demand for it. Samsung makes bad phones, but that doesn't mean they make a bad refrigerator. They're cool. Okay, calm down now. Calm down. Lucas says, if member only mode active, can I still super chat? I think you can. It accepts members' messages and super chat. I really like Taylosive Radio. Me too. If you didn't know, Taylosive Music has a 24-hour, 7 days a week live stream. Let's see. I have a Samsung fridge. It's legit falling apart. It's only 4 years old. Oh, geez, that's not good. Did Xander create the animation for the countdown of your live stream? Sorry if I spelled his name wrong. It's with a Z, not an X. And no, Taylosive Music, the fan who's a fan of the Taylosive Network, who is now a member who is running the Taylosive Music channel, he made that animation for the countdown. So, yeah, he also made the one for our gaming streams as well. Is the drive from Chico to San Fran as beautiful as we were all thinking? No, it's completely filled with smoke and everything's on fire right now. Terrible time to be in California. Terrible. Should stick to kitchen utilities. I mean, Samsung, I think the hardware's good. It's the skins that ruin everything. Samsung could save themselves if they literally just stopped making skins. Literally. Just like Samsung, just put stock Android on a Galaxy phone. That would, like, solve half your problems. Also, remove the Bixby button. No one cares about that. No one wants a dedicated button for that. Bixby's so good, she gets a button. Thank you for super chatting, Trinary. You would buy me a Pixel 3 if I used it exclusively for a month? Honestly, I don't think that's worth it. Like, honestly, I wouldn't get to pair it to my Apple Watch. I could do maybe like 2 weeks or a week. And 2 weeks would still be a long time. I don't want to switch to a Pixel 3. I'm sorry. It's annoying. I'll talk to you about my experiences with it, but I just don't want to use a Pixel phone for a month. Even if it's free, I would be losing so many features. And would I have to vlog on it too on my Taylosive Talks channel? Ugh. I don't know. It's not worth it to me. Meet the Crew is now my new favorite skit in the whole world. Who's next? You, Drew? I don't think it makes sense to do a Meet the Crew episode on the Taylosive channel, the main channel, for me, because you all know me so well. But the next one will probably be Wyatt or we might not do Meet the Crew every Saturday. We'll do Meet the Crew every once in a while. We might do a regular Saturday short, but Drew, if they remove Bixby, we won't have funny jokes to make. I'm not saying remove Bixby. I'm saying remove the Bixby button. You don't need a dedicated button for a single digital assistant. I just think that's a bad idea. It's not worth it. Yeah, I could live without that. I don't know. Do the squeeze thing. I don't really care about the squeeze thing, but at least it's not a button. It's not like, wait, which is power? Which is volume? Oh, crap, I'm clicking it. Oh, crap, I activated Bixby again. It's just like you hold down the off button on your iPhone to activate Siri. It's not a dedicated button. That's just unnecessary. I don't need that. I'm not getting all 3 new iPhones. I will choose the 10 Plus for my daily device. We might get the iPhone 9, the budget model, just for the sake of the review, but I probably would not like keep that or use it as my daily driver. 10 Plus is where I'm going. Yes. You basically donate over $1 to have your chat pin. That's why I'm recommending so many of you become YouTube members, because it's $5 for the month. Then every YouTube stream we do, your chats are prioritized. For the love of tech says yes. I don't. Oh, is he changing the terms? Meet the Crew is the new TF2 class. Xander is too OP. It hurts to admit, but Samsung TVs are actually pretty good until they add a Bixby button. Yeah, I have nothing wrong with the TVs. Most TVs are pretty decent, but if you had to choose only one Apple device to use for an entire week, what would it be? iPhone. My iPhone could almost run my entire YouTube channel if I wanted to. For the love of Texas, I'll send you one if you only use it for 2 weeks, and you have to send it back to me. If you use it for a month, you can keep it. I don't want to keep it. I would rather just keep my iPhone. I mean, like, my SIM has to be in it. Okay. Stefano super chatted, says, Unbox Therapy latest video is misleading. I hate to break it to you. I don't watch his stuff. So everyone's asking, like, what do you think of the latest Unbox Therapy? But I don't watch it. I'm sorry. I actually don't spend a lot of my free time watching tech videos, to be honest. Bixby button jokes will be no more. We can still make fun of Bixby. There just won't be a button there. Zach says, I'm just here to see my special member logo next to my name. Also, hi, Drew. There you go. And the longer you're a YouTube member, that icon will change color over time. It'll show how long you've been a YouTube member. It shows your loyalty to the channel. Yes. Okay. I love to Meet the Crew. You should definitely make more of them. We're going to. We've got plans to. Yeah. All of them are clickbait. All thumbnails are clickbait. We want you to watch our videos, whether the thumbnail is legitimate or fake. We still want you to watch it. It's all clickbait. Thoughts on AirPlay 2 on third-party speakers? Do you think other headphones will get W1-like chip? They should. I don't know if they will, but I would like it if Apple started outsourcing more of their built-in hardware, like the W1 chip or the AirDrop features like that. I would love that. Let's see. What's a TV? You'll get the joke if you watch Talos of enough. Well, that's a little bit reaching, though. That's like a 4-point joke. Like you have to get this and this and this to get the joke, but whatever. I get it. SD. Thank you. Terms are now more attractive. What's the not you and Bucks therapy? Oh, no, I'm just saying like the channels are trying to get you to click on the video regardless. If you had to use an Android phone, would you still choose Essential even though there probably won't be a 2 as Essential gets Android Pie and all the latest Android updates? Probably not anymore. It's getting more dated between more Android phones have come out. If I had to use Android, I'd probably go for the OnePlus 6, but now it sounds like I may be going for the Pixel 3 when that comes out. But yeah, we'll see. I really don't want to ditch my iPhone for that long. That sounds very annoying. I would miss out on a lot of features, including like, okay, now your Apple Watch doesn't work. Okay, now AirDrop doesn't work. Now wireless charging. Well, I hope wireless charging would keep working, but yeah, it would be frustrating, honestly. Hey, Zach Talks Tech. I'm glad you like the new emojis, the custom ones. I don't have any updates for the Jonathan Morrison collab right now. If there are, I'll let you know. It sounds like we're talking about doing an in-person collab, which should be interesting, but nothing's confirmed. That might not happen. I don't know. We'll see. All I want for Christmas is freaking AirPower. I understand, Caleb. I understand completely. Think about you can decide later. October 4th, 2018 is the release date. So I guess the rule is if I use the Pixel 3 for a month, then I keep it. What's the benefit? What's the win here? What do I get out of this? I feel like I'm not winning anything here. What are the things on the wall on the left? Well, that's a play button, in case you were curious. But I was on Glitch ready to watch you on there. Then I got an ad on the Pixel Book. That's ironic. Squeezes the sides of the Pixel Book. No joke, it will activate the Google Assistant. Really? That would be kind of hilarious. I would kind of love that. But yeah. Can I sell the Pixel 3 afterwards? But no one's going to buy it. No one wants that piece of crap. Even if I sold it at half price, I guess I'd be profiting. But yeah, I'd be getting money, but I wouldn't have an iPhone for a month. And this would be a month after I just got my 10 Plus. I don't know. I'll have to think about it. I'm just annoyed by that idea of not being able to use my iPhone for 30 days. Just because it works so well and I use it for everything so much. What if the Pixel Ultra ends up being real? Will you get me that? Will that count? No, it's not. It's not about the looks. It's about AirDrop. It's about iMessage. It's about the support. It's about iOS. It's about my Apple Watch, AirPods, stuff like that. I can control my HomeKit through the phone. It's just the looks have nothing to do with it, and it does not look like an iPhone. The camera's way worse. Yes, I said it. I couldn't do it either. If I didn't like Apple, I'd get the Essential and a Moto 360 second gen Apple Watch. I love Apple. That's why they changed it to it was Android Wear, now it's Wear OS because more people were pairing it with their iPhones, ironically. Yeah, it's not good. I'm glad you guys like the custom emojis, though. When do you think the new iPhone 10 will come out, be shipped? I think the 10 and the 10 Plus will come out in September, but the 9 is rumored to come out in late October to November. Average Donkey Super Chat, it says, have you always hated Google products, or is it only the Pixel brand that you don't like? I hate bad products. It's nothing about Google themselves. It's about Google making bad products. And I was mostly okay with the Nexus line. I thought the Nexus lineup of phones was pretty cool, and that was like straight from Google. I know it was a little different. It's not $870 per month for being a member. It is $5. I don't know where you read that. But the Nexus phones were budget. They had some cool features. They were pretty unique. A lot more people bought the Nexus phones than Pixel phones. And I wish they would do more phones like that. I was kind of okay with Nexus. Google can make good hardware. Like the best thing they make is probably the Google Home Mini. Sounds pretty good. Setup is pretty easy, and it can do a lot of things with HomeKit. Not HomeKit, but smart home stuff. It's nothing about the fact that the Google made the hardware. It's the fact that the hardware is bad. It's not that it has a Google logo on it. The same reason I love my iPad is not because it has an Apple logo. It's because it works and it does what I need it to. The logo makes no difference. Who made it, I don't care about. But the experience is what I'm reviewing. And I've had a terrible experience with the Pixelbook. And when I reviewed the first Google Pixel, I had a terrible experience with it. So that's why I'm not terribly excited to be like, hey, let me switch to that for a month. Not really. I'm not like, I'm not up for that. I guess I have to think about it because I will get a free phone, but it'll be a bad phone. I think Apple would more likely ditch all ports before switching to USB-C. I think they're more likely to just abandon the Lightning port. Yes, they'll get you the Pixel Ultra. I don't believe the Pixel Ultra will happen. I'm just saying if it did. Like John Prosser, because John Prosser's right about everything, right? So if he believes the Pixel Ultra is coming, maybe it will. It's a social experiment. The real question is, do you have what it takes to go through it? Probably not. I can't stand crap. I don't like putting up with garbage. So if a product is better than an Apple product in any way, will you switch to it? If it's a better experience, yes. Like if I can get a better experience with something not made by Apple, then yes. That's why I'm called Talos of Tech. I have no loyalty to a brand. I'm not everything Apple Pro. I'm not Apple Tech. I'm not Apple Reviews. I'm not Apple Sheep. It's Tailosive because if the best tech company changes, I can then adapt to that. I say Apple Sheep at the end of my videos because I want to beat the trollers to it. I don't want everyone in the comments being Apple Sheep. I'm like, I know. I said it for you. You happy? It's more of a let's get the name calling out of the way so we can focus on the conversation. Hasn't really worked, and now it's become more of a tradition to just say Apple Sheep anyway. But I've been using a Wear OS watch for the last day and a half. Apple Watch is way better. No doubt, dude. That's why they sell so well. Have you been having any connectivity issues with your smart bulbs? I haven't. Mine's been fine. I can usually just say little light and it turns on. Have you ever purchased or thought about buying Apple stock? No, I'm not too into the stock market. I don't know enough about it. I know that probably a good stock to invest in knowing Apple, but yeah. Sponsor button is on desktop. If you're on Android, it should be next to subscribe, but it's not on iOS in case you're looking for it. But anyway, we have reached pretty much the limit of what YouTube likes us to stream on YouTube, but the stream is not over. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what time it is. This is the time that we're going to move the stream to a much better live streaming platform that we live stream on every single day. Not even joking. We haven't missed a day yet. We may have missed a couple or one, but whatever. The stream is moving, and we're going live on this site that is in the chat very, very quickly. So YouTube is closing up, and the unboxing for the Surface Go should be in just a little bit, but I'll see you over on Amazon's owned Glitch very, very quickly. All right? Take care, everyone. See you there.